Sam and Dean Winchester, the renowned hunters of supernatural creatures, found themselves in an unusual predicament. Word had reached them about a string of mysterious deaths in Japan, all connected to a phenomenon known as Kira. Intrigued by the reports, they decided to investigate firsthand. Arriving in Tokyo, the Winchesters delved into the case, immersing themselves in the dark underbelly of the city. They discovered that Kira, whose true identity remained unknown, possessed a notebook capable of causing the death of anyone whose name was written in it. The deaths were swift, with victims succumbing to heart attacks, and the populace was consumed by fear. Sam and Dean knew they were dealing with something far more sinister than they had anticipated. As they gathered information, they stumbled upon a pattern. The victims were all criminals, their deaths seemingly acts of vigilante justice. While the concept of Kira's actions might seem appealing to some, the brothers were determined to bring the perpetrator to justice. Their investigation led them to the name Light Yagami, a brilliant young college student. The Winchesters discovered that Light was an exceptionally intelligent individual with a strong sense of justice. Intrigued by his potential involvement, they decided to pay him a visit, hoping to unravel the truth. Light, a charismatic and composed young man, was startled by the sudden appearance of the Winchesters. But he quickly regained his composure, hiding his true nature behind a confident smile. He invited them into his home, concealing his dark secret, a notebook known as the Death Note. Sam and Dean were no strangers to supernatural artifacts, and they sensed an eerie presence emanating from Light's room. They began their questioning, subtly probing for any inconsistencies. Light, however, proved to be a formidable adversary. He manipulated his words with precision, deflecting suspicion and maintaining his innocence. Days turned into weeks, and the battle of wits intensified. Light grew increasingly aware of the Winchesters' suspicions, while Sam and Dean tirelessly gathered evidence against him. They interviewed friends and family members of the victims, slowly piecing together a puzzle. One evening, as the Winchesters were combing through case files, a name caught their attention: Ryuk, the Shinigami who had given Light the Death Note. They realized that Ryuk's presence was the key to exposing Light's true nature. If they could summon the Shinigami, they might uncover the evidence they needed. With the help of ancient lore and their extensive knowledge of the supernatural, the Winchesters performed a summoning ritual, calling forth Ryuk. The Shinigami appeared, his menacing grin sending shivers down their spines. Sensing their intentions, Ryuk offered a deal: he would provide them with the evidence they sought, but at a price. In return, they would have to give him half of their remaining lifespan. Sam and Dean hesitated, knowing the consequences of such a deal. But the desire to bring Light to justice outweighed their fear. They accepted Ryuk's offer, and he revealed the truth about Light Yagami and the Death Note. Armed with the damning evidence, the Winchesters confronted Light, who had grown increasingly paranoid. They laid out the facts, revealing his identity as Kira to the world. Light's mask of innocence shattered, replaced by a cold and calculating demeanor. A battle ensued, a clash of intellect and supernatural strength. Light, now exposed, fought desperately to maintain control. He used the Death Note as a weapon, attempting to eliminate Sam and Dean with a stroke of his pen. But the brothers had taken precautions. With the help of a powerful protective charm, they were shielded from the notebook's deadly influence. Sam and Dean fought back, using their extensive training and arsenal of supernatural weapons. They were relentless in their pursuit of justice, determined to end Light's reign as Kira. The battle raged on, each side trying to outmaneuver the other. Light's intelligence and strategic thinking proved to be a formidable challenge. He exploited every opportunity, manipulating the situation to his advantage. Meanwhile, Sam and Dean relied on their years of experience and their unbreakable bond as brothers. They refused to let go of their mission, even in the face of Light's cunning schemes. As the battle reached its climax, Light's desperation grew. He resorted to more drastic measures, attempting to manipulate those around him to his will. But the Winchesters were not easily swayed. They saw through his deceptions and continued to gather evidence to expose him. Finally, the moment arrived when the truth could no longer be denied. Through a series of meticulously collected clues and witness testimonies, Sam and Dean presented irrefutable evidence of Light's identity as Kira. The public, once enamored by Kira's supposed justice, now turned against him. Driven into a corner, Light's facade crumbled completely. The weight of his crimes and the knowledge that he had been outsmarted by the Winchesters consumed him. Facing the consequences of his actions, he was finally brought to justice. The Winchesters, having fulfilled their mission, ensured that Light Yagami would face the full extent of the law. With the evidence they had collected, they handed him over to the authorities, who were stunned by the revelations surrounding Kira's true identity. As Sam and Dean prepared to leave Japan, they reflected on the case. It had been a battle unlike any they had faced before, a battle of wits against a highly intelligent and manipulative foe. They couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction in knowing that they had exposed a dangerous killer and prevented further loss of innocent lives. Their journey continued, taking them to new cases and new challenges. But they carried with them the memory of their encounter with Light Yagami, a stark reminder of the darkness that could reside in even the most seemingly ordinary individuals. And in the face of such darkness, Sam and Dean Winchester remained steadfast, their determination to protect the innocent and bring justice unwavering.
If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the Platinum Wave for more awesome content. Peace.